Okay, so I want to tell you guys about this guy named Jin. Jin is 29 years old. Okay. As you can tell, I really don't care what your gender is, where you come from, or even your age. Okay. He has not once asked me or made any kind of sexual comment to me. And I've been talking to him for a straight week. He's 29 years old. He's Korean. He speaks English well. Sometimes I'll have to ask him, did you mean this or did you mean that? Because I honestly can't. It's not like Hyun where I can actually differentiate what he meant to say and what he didn't mean to say. I honestly don't know. So I actually have to ask him, did you mean this or did you mean that? He understands exactly what I'm writing, so he ends up responding oh, sorry, I meant this. I just didn't know how to explain myself. So, like I said, he's 29 years old, so that kind of threw me off. I'm like, ew. And not once had he ever asked me, oh, can I see a picture of you? Or, oh, you're really, really cute, that kind of thing. So he never really made any kind of comment. He actually made it quite clear. He's like, just want to let you know that I have lived in America for 3 years, but my English is still very poor. He's like, if you want to know anything about Korea, you can ask me. You can ask me right away. I will answer, but if I have a question, would you answer for me? And I said, yes. And he's like, I just want you to know that, he's like, because you were young, I don't know what kind of, he's like, I honestly don't want to offend you, but I do not know what kind of person you are, so I want you to know that I'm only here for friendship. And I'm like, that's really good, because that's all I'm here for. And he's like, okay. So now we have a good understanding. He would ask, we were just talking about paying people back, because, he would always make this comment, he would always kept on saying, oh, you will get rich soon, because he was talking about my work. He's like, you work a lot, so in Korea, it's a joke to say, if you work a lot, you will get rich. You will get rich very soon. So he was making a joke, and I didn't understand, so I asked him, and he explained. So, what was it? So when we're talking about money, we're on the topic of money. So I said that I do like saving my money, even though right now I am dirt broke, because all the money I saved up I am spending on clothes, which are supposed to come in this week, between this week and the first week of next month. So I got a month to figure out when it's coming in. But oh, my back. We're on the topic of money, and I told him that I do honestly like saving my money. We are talking about also living arrangements, and he's like, because he thinks I'm a college student, and I'm like, no, I just want you to know I'm still a high school student. He's like, oh, and he's like, so, he's like, do you have money for college? What do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't have money for college, but I do already have a few things planned out. I didn't really explain it to him, but I do still have a few things planned out. And that really looks like a bug, and I feel like killing it, but it's not moving, so I just think it's my hair. Anyway, so we were talking about, I'm like, oh, well, you're older, so you probably live on your own. And he's like, no, I still live with my mom and dad. He's like, it's too expensive to live. He's like, some of the apartments, most of the apartments here are very expensive. So he's like, I'm trying to save up money so I can live on my own. But he's like, but it is very expensive. And I'm like, oh. Because he does live in Seoul. He lives in Seoul. And right now, because it's Korean Thanksgiving, he went to go visit some other family members with his parents, and now he's in the countryside or whatever. So he's like where I'm at right now. He's like, I probably could live on my own, but he's like, I work in Seoul, so transportation's gonna be a bit of a hassle. So he's like, either I can try to find another job here in Gonjong. I think it's called Gyeongdongju or something like that. It's the province that's right around Seoul. If you actually look for English teaching, whatever, it's called Gepik, whatever. So, I'm like, oh, why don't you live on your own? He's like, it's just too expensive. So I'm like, I told him that I do save money, but I'm not allowed to help pay the rent because if my mom always complains about, she's like, I'm gonna be so broke this month. Why don't you let me help you? And I think it's more like a mother's pride that she doesn't want her kids helping pay. But the thing is, I need to start learning how to pay bills. So if you can just give me like one bill, like I don't even pay my phone bill. So if you can just give me like my phone bill, tell me when the bill payment is due, and it actually does motivate me to get another job, get more money, so I can actually still pay for my phone because my internet is so low and I actually want to get better internet, but I don't pay my phone bill. So how the heck am I supposed to do that? So she doesn't let me pay for the bill. She doesn't let me pay for this, and that. She wouldn't even help me pay for food. So I have a lot. I normally have a lot of money aside. So, and he's like, oh, that's probably why I'm up. I'm like, but one time I was able to pay for something, my mom didn't pay me back. And you don't understand. I hate when people pay me back. To me, it's just. It's disrespectful to me when you pay me back. And he didn't understand, so I had to explain. So this is what I explained. Oh, he just messaged me. Hold on, I'm just gonna answer this. Alright, sorry. So, so he wanted me to explain what I meant by, like, he's like, because I was talking about, like, how some people, like, I have to pay them back. Even though if I buy something for them, they don't have to pay me back. So, he's like, what? What's mean? It's American style. It's hard to understand. So, I'm like, okay. So, let's say my friend buys me a sandwich because I don't have enough money and I'm really hungry. They'll say, alright. They say, alright, you owe me $3. I have to pay them back. But let's say we switch it. You're hungry, you want a sandwich, but you don't have enough money. I'll just buy it for you and say, you don't have to pay me back. I'm buying it because you're my good friend. I don't want you to pay me back because I don't want a relationship to be based on money. Or let's say I buy you a gift. I don't want you paying me back. I bought the gift out of the kindness of my own heart, not to have you return money. I kind of feel disrespected in a way. It's American culture to pay someone back, but if someone doesn't want you to pay them back, do not take advantage of their kindness. They may not do it again, and you might end up owing them later. Sorry, I had to quickly pause because my mom's going through. So he's like, oh, thanks, finally I understood. You want I pay you back because I'm not a good friend. He spelled friend wrong. He wrote F-I-R-E-N-D. But no, like, we were talking about money about that. He understands, like, I don't think this is America. I kind of think it's American culture to pay someone back. I don't really know anywhere else where you actually do that. Like, I really don't know. But now, like, because I'm explaining to him that, like, to me, I do consider him somewhat like a good friend because he's 29 years old. And he's not asking me to take off my clothes like these other people in their mid-30s, in their 40s, in their early 20s and mid-20s. He's in his late 20s. So, he said, oh, thanks, finally I understood. You want I pay you back because I'm not a good friend? And I said, no, LOL, I consider you a good friend. Even though you're older than me, you're not like the other guys from Interpals that want me to strip. You're just talking to me, LOL. And he said that something about him being old and he's like, yeah, I'm old. He's like, sometimes I get sick. He's like, because of my age or whatever. And he's like, what is strip? What is strip? So I said, nasty old perverts asked me to take off my clothes and send them pictures. You have no idea how angry I get. Most girls would feel embarrassed, but it makes my blood boil and want to stab them in the throat repeatedly. So he hasn't answered that yet, but that's the message I had to reply back to. So I'm telling, like, on my Interpal, I write, do not flirt with me, do not hit on me. I will block you. So just let people know that I may not get to you, but trust me when I say that I will put your ass on blast. Just like now. So, the Italian guy from this morning, that guy who's apparently 12 hours ahead of me, you know, who's supposedly not in California, may be in his 40s, you never know, because he actually didn't put a picture on him. Put a picture on his profile picture. Like, you gotta be careful with these things. And the thing is, even though I'm still naive and still mature, I'm not stupid. I am not interested in sex. Okay? I am not interested in sex whatsoever. The moment this guy named Jin starts acting a little fishy, oh, I'm running away. Like, it's a hit or miss. Like, if you're gonna lie to me and I find out that you're lying to me, trust me, I'm gonna confront your ass. I will. So, that's the last of Interpals so far, because I've only been on here for like a week. So, I don't know. That's about it. I hope you guys are having a really good morning or afternoon. And I'm going to wash my hair, so next time you guys see a video of me, my hair is going to be curly and hopefully in a bun. Because if you put your hair in a bun, your hair gets longer. In case you're pulling on the follicles or whatever. If you want me to explain that, I'll make a video or just text it to you. Bye!